Welcome to Salon Series, Short and Sweet, with Design Milk, where Elena Frampton of Frampton Co. draws back the curtain for us to eavesdrop in on conversations with some of today's leading creatives.
Are we recording for the technical people? Okay, good. So now we'll start. What initially drew me to your gallery when I first visited was this idea of showcasing art and design and craft.
It's a conversation that people ask me a lot. Do you have a design program or a special space that's dedicated to design? But you're right. We have outdoor space, we have indoor space, we have domestic feeling space. We're sort of spoiled in that way where we have like a little bit of everything. The first ceramicist that I showed was Betty Woodman, which was an incredible, stupidly lucky introduction to ceramic-based sculpture. When I first saw it, I didn't really think of it in any way as, oh, this is craft, or this is design, or this is ceramics. It just was sculpture. It really kind of opened up the way I looked at other artists that were working with ceramics. And I always say that having had the experience of working with Betty is what allowed me to see what I saw so early on in the work of Katie Stout, arguably one of the most recognized designers, if not the most recognized designer of her generation. And I should also point out Emmett Moore, who's a Miami-based furniture designer and sculptor that we work with.
It's actually Emmett's work that I think connected me with your gallery. So I love that you mentioned his work. How would you see the role of gallery as educator?
I'm so passionate about this, and I want to hear your take on this too, because I'm curious. I'll show you mine and you show me yours after. I learned to be a dealer from a woman named Bernice Steinbaum, known for showing women and artists of color. And now that's like, oh, that's the entire art market. Well, in the 80s, that was like a niche. Right. Like you had to go to Bernice. It's like, oh, she's showing women. How radical, The arc of how you take the viewer from, I have no idea what this is, and maybe I'm curious about it, to this is something that I want to support and own. Our clients are self-selecting. It's like people who aren't interested in that generally don't buy from us because they don't, they're bored. I talk too much, whatever. They don't want to hear it.
I think a lot of our clients are just curious and they're enthusiastic. A lot of our clients actually, love emerging artists because they have the opportunity to maybe meet them. It's about finding what is right for a space, what is right for the person, participating in that journey with them and sort of seeing, what makes sense to them intellectually, but also gut instincts. You can tell right away how people are drawn into things. It's perhaps what is the work that I can live with that will make me see something new every time, or that will pose a question to me every time I look at it.
For you, this path of going from designer to art consultant to sort of lifestyle coach with what you're doing, it's obviously more work.
My background in design was a little bit of a blockade because people thought I was coming from a place of aesthetics. It's really about creating space and partnership with people.
And I always say, it's like matchmaking. We have works that come in, and I know from the second I see the piece, or I'm in an artist studio and I see a proposal for something, and it's like, that belongs with this person.
To touch on the topic of Miami as a sense of place, sometimes people in the art and design community think about the fair season and all of that. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about Miami beyond the fair season.
More of Miami that is here year round has become increasingly engaged with the contemporary art world here. There's always room for more. I was asked, I think it was for the art newspaper, I can't remember, but they said, well, how do you feel all these people descending into your territory? And I was like, it's great. Architects and designers, you guys love to solve problems. And this kind of goes back to Emmett, who's the artist that you mentioned, was the reason why you first came to the gallery. It's important for us to recognize not only artists that live and work here, but artists that continually push us to ask the question, what does it mean to be in Miami? Are we being respectful of the history of the city? Are we raising the bar? And how are we using things? It's a question of sustainability.
It's a great note to end on.
All right. Well, this is my office, which is funny, but I'll show you guys out in the main gallery. Both of these pieces are by Emmett Moore, who we were talking about. And then Anne Craven up here on the wall. These are by my children. I have a 5 and a 6
I love
year old.
it. I love that mix.
And then this is a quick sneak peek. So anyway,
That's
yeah.
perfect. So good to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for the invitation.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.